So wait until after the national anthem. If you're just joining us, Nairobi's hoop action for the night is going down at Nyayo Stadium for our second matchup of the day between the 1-0 Twende and phenomenal Phenoms. As usual, taking you through the action will be myself, Silale Shani, alongside the incredible CL knowledge of Cletus Masingu. Game 1 was a nail-biter with Twende bagging a victory by just 3 points. That game ended in 69-66. Tonight, what do Phenoms need to do better to make sure their postseason journey doesn't end with this game?
Well, consistency, Silali, first of all. The first and basic thing they need to do today is to be consistent. They weren't consistent yesterday, and that caused them a bit of a problem later on in the game. We know that they outsized Twende, if you will. And in the third quarter, in yesterday's game, it proved decisive. The massive size that Phenoms possess caused a lot of problems. In fact, if you look at the third quarter, Phenoms took it 21-10. That tells you exactly what the size was doing to Twende. However, in the fourth quarter, the unit that had finished that quarter did not return for the fourth quarter. And immediately they did not return, it became a different story.
All right, well, let's take a look at the team lineup for Phenoms. Bramwell Mushina, is he healthy? Is he playing?
Well, he's healthy and he's playing. I remember we managed to witness that particular problem at the KNBL with you. It was a big hit for that particular team that missed Muchina. Once he went off, it became quite an easy picking for the reigning champions at the KNBL. But this moment, we are looking at different teams.
All right. Well, we can see the team lineup for Twende up on your screens there. Correction, number 5 is going to be Kamal Alier, not Dennis Koja. But Garang Ding had a phenomenal first game of this series. I think he finished with 18 points, if I'm not mistaken. And it was nice to see that matchup between him and Mareba Deng of the phenomenal Phenoms. Do you think that rivalry will continue into game 2?
I certainly expect it to continue because Ding has been phenomenal, to use the words that we say here, the phenomenal Phenoms. How ironic. It's been phenomenal for him to play in the CL. Since he's come on to the CL scene, he's been a standout player. He's gone through everything, and he likes to enjoy with the fans when he's doing his thing. And we've seen him do it over and over again. But at this stage, today they need to solve that problem. And I've seen already Rodney Sunday, that is going to be key. Rodney Sunday has been brought into the lineup. He wasn't there yesterday. They've brought him in, and I think because of the size required to contain the likes of Spencer Morrell and Bramwell Muchina.
I mean, it surprises me that he did not play in game 1. He's an excellent player, excellent addition to any squad. I saw him at the All-Star game, particularly in the dunk contest, but even in the All-Star game itself, he had a phenomenal game. As we look at the coach of phenomenal Phenoms, the legendary Opuk, as we know him, but officially government names, Coach Cliff O'War. What an incredible, valuable addition for a squad like Phenoms, having his technical mind on the bench.
Well, I will have to concur with you because I was part of one of those moments that you never seem to forget. Phenoms were losing to Buruburu Crusaders with 3 seconds left to play. They were losing by half a basket. Then he calls a timeout, and in this timeout, I don't know what he did, but the play allowed Bramwell Muchina to finish easily in the basket within those 3 seconds to sink the Buruburu Crusaders. One of the best moments of the CL League this season.
I think we're going to be in for a treat here tonight, Clay. I think it's an exciting matchup. I think Phenomenal Phenoms have the advantage of having a lot of players who played together in the KNBL. Wakesa, Toby, Kisilu, Spencer, Martin Buluma, Bramil Mushina, and I'm sure there are others all playing for KPA. So they have that chemistry. And I'm sure for them, they don't want to experience two dramatic losses in the same season. In the KNBL and in the CL, no.
And so far, the Twende machine has sunk them twice in the regular, and including yesterday's victory for the reigning champions. They will need to do better today. They just need, and most of these games have not been blowouts. Apart from the first game where they played them, they've not been blowouts.
They've been evenly matched.
Yeah, the second game went to overtime. It's been so difficult for both these teams to overcome each other, but somehow, the moment you make crucial mistakes at the wrong time, that's where you get punished.
Well, that game is going to start in just a moment. Of course, this game is brought to you by Okapi Sports Network. Do more sports. And it's great to see a decent turnout here at Nyayo Stadium despite the rain. You can see fans eager to find out the results of this game, as we see Coach Gaya Sadat having a conversation with operations manager of Nairobi City Thunder, Kushan. And in case you're living under a rock here in Kenya, Twende is the development team of Nairobi City Thunder. So it's a great feeder system, if you will. So you have Twende Sports, where you have players getting introduced to the culture of Nairobi City Thunder, the style of play, so that when the top talent gets now into Nairobi City Thunder, there's not a very big gap.
Yeah, it's true. And you can look at those players, and they've mixed it up a little bit. They mixed it up, having some of those experienced players like Dismas Onsongo, Fahim Juma, and Garang Ding even participating in that particular game. As we look at the Phenoms statistics over the season, they've been fantastic. They are the top seeds of this league because they finished top, right at the top. Yeah, they finished number one, and they were brilliant in the regular season. And now they're facing a team that is ranked 4th, despite them being the reigning champions and the only team to defend it, Twende Sports.
That's great information as we take a look at the stats for Twende. 70% from the free throw line. This is a team that their shooting efficiency generally stands to be very high. And it'll be interesting to see once again if Garang Ding can have a great game too, but he needs support from his supporting cast. There's no team, basketball's a team sport. We don't expect one person to carry the entire team on his back. And despite Garang being a phenomenal player, and it's going to be weird saying phenomenal when you're not referring to the Phenoms, but he is a phenomenal player. He went to Senegal to participate in the BAL Pro Camp, and I'm sure he learned great things, improved his skill set, playing against some of the best players on the continent, and will be bringing in that skill set into this matchup right here.
Very true, and he's probably one of those players who doesn't get nervous when things are not going his way. And when you have a player of that caliber who can just calm things down for his team, it changes the dynamic of all the other players. And boy, did he do it. In the first game, when they played Farm Kenya in the quarterfinal, it was so tight, you could feel it. And the Twende players were falling apart, and he hadn't played a minute of that basketball game. And he comes on and everything changes. The man drops 9 points and a couple of assists to boot, and suddenly Farm Kenya are out. They're down and out and they cannot get back in it. And when you see something like that, he's a player and a difference maker. We've covered him before, and we've seen exactly what he does for his team when things are not going their way.
Garang Ding, the X factor for any team that he plays for. So we'll see what he does tonight. As usual, do give us a shout out in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're rooting for. Talk to us. We love to read your comments. We love to hear from you. And I'm excited about this particular matchup.
Yeah, I'm excited too. But for me, I'm looking towards the big players for Phenoms. They really need to come to the party today, especially the size that they possess. They can dominate that paint. They only, when you look at Twende, they only have maybe Rodney Sunday who can try and match up to a player like Muchina's quality and size. Yep. And if he's being kept busy by someone like Spencer Morrell, it becomes quite a bit. And that's what happened in that third quarter. That is the only quarter whereby it looked like Phenoms have a chance of winning that basketball game. But then the changes happened, and in basketball, momentum is everything, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. We take a look at some of the fans out in the crowd. We are minutes away from tip-off.
Phenoms are in their change strip of white and blue. China does start on the bench again today. He did start on the bench yesterday. But the unit that did perform very well, and I can't remember them, that was Davis Viaji, Spencer Morrell, Bramwell Muchina, Tobias, and Mareba.
And there we have the jump ball. This second semifinal game is underway. Got a quick attempt from Simon Rapudo. How important is it to have that heat check? You know, just to see, you know, are the shots falling? How important is it, Clay?
Yeah, it's very important, especially in a matchup like this. You need to know early if they're gonna fall or not. Shavanga attempts but misses. You better know early, because if you don't know early and then you start taking those shots, you find yourself in trouble.
Oh, my goodness. Garang Ding, talking about heat checks. This man, does he ever cool down?
Well,
he stays on fire.
All the time. It looks like he just knows exactly what to do, when to do it.
Spencer Morrell trying to respond on the other end. Dennis Koja on the defensive board. Ding to bring the ball up. Mbaka, hesitation. Looking at his options. Koja now, he's got one on him, loses the ball. And now a quick run on the other end as Simon Rapudo gets Phenoms up on the scoreboard. Rapudo had a great postseason for Ulinzi in the Premier League. Yeah, and he's another one of those X-factor players. Once he gets on that momentum and once he's getting going, very tough man to stop.
Yeah, and he had a very quiet game yesterday night. He's looking to turn that around today, and he's begun very well.
Siaji kicks it out. Ball is swung. Tough pass. Simon Rapudo couldn't get a handle on it.
Well, it's interesting. You see, Simon Rapudo and Tobias Odhiambo have played together. They did play together at KCT, Mustangs, and Junobe.
So they have a long history together.
Yeah.
Mbaka with the runner. Dismas Mbaka gets 25 points.
Yeah, one of those players who is also one of them. I told you a story about someone who just keeps eating and eating a little bit.
Until the leg is gone.
Yeah, he's one of those ones as well. You don't even realize he's doing it to you.
Odhiambo off the mark. Mbaka with the D-board. Splits the defense, kicks it out to a wide open Shavanga. He's too strong. Fahim Juma trying to clean up the trash. He's fouled on the way up, and he'll head to the charity stripe.
Well, it's interesting. Fahim Juma as well is one of those players who used to play for Junubin. Junubin is a team that still plays in the Senior League. However, they keep changing it up a little bit. They like to change the teams up. They've had international players. They've had Kenya team players. Their coach is Coach Joseph Oekon. He allows, I don't know if you've heard of a player called Lek Deng. He used to play for K-City a while back. Yeah, he's essentially the one who sponsors that team called Junubin. They've had quite great players. Even Wekesa, who plays now for Phenoms, played for Junubin at one stage.
The name Junubin is very familiar. I know they're a very respectable team.
Indeed they are.
Siaji kicks it out for the 3-ball. And now they get the ball right back. Siaji with the finish. As you can see, the defensive pressure from Phenoms making it very difficult for Ding to bring the ball up. Ding, though. I mean, this guy does not crack under pressure.
He never does. And here is the one man who always hustles.
Odhiambo to the baseline. High arcing shot off the mark. Shavanga on the left wing. He's got one on him. Thought about the drive, decides to kick it out. Mbaka to slow things down, set it up, fires, hits the front of the iron. Koja. Ding tries to chase it down, and Phenoms need to do a better job of boxing out their opponents.
Well,
they're getting quite a bit of offensive rebounds rather.
It's quite a bit because it's so early in the basketball game for them to start giving up those opportunities.
Rapudo way off. Siaji once again keeps things alive for Phenoms.
Well, he's a 3-time CL champion, David Siaji.
So it's game tied here, 6 points apiece. Ding, trying to direct traffic, clears the way for his shot, and that one is off. Dismas Mbaka now returning the defensive favor, trying to put some pressure. And look at the rejection from Garang Ding. Rapudo, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
And Ding was not particularly impressed. He's asking his teammate, where were you to pick up the basketball?
So now a 2-point lead for the Phenoms. Shavanga at the wing. Drives, kicks it out to Koja. Koja wide open, decides to take it in. And he has a very quick first step.
And he's extremely efficient on those drives. If you allow him to play like that, he's going to finish you off.
Siaji, mid-range is no good. Koja with the boards. Fahim through the white jerseys, high off the glass. Beautiful take.
Also, it's so good to have Koja back playing because he was injured for quite some time as well. And when you see him play like that, it's good to see.
Tobias Odhiambo unsuccessful. Moreba Deng bails him out. We got a steal. Dismas Mbaka down the lane.
And he's just so good at what he does. He keeps things simple. It's incredible how he keeps it simple. I like to see the stats for him right now because most likely he's at least on 4 points, if I'm not, and he's quiet. And that's the way he goes about it. You never know that he's scoring against you. You never know he's picking rebounds. You never really, truly know.
Silent killer.
Yeah, and he doesn't stand out as someone who's going to finish you off, but he's doing his job.
Coaches love those kinds of players. You know, the players who don't necessarily want the glory. As you can see here, he has the runner, and then, you know, the take in traffic. Hard workers. See the steal there at the corner and the push. just silently killing him.
Yeah, and you know something interesting? I realized that he's so strong, and he looks like he isn't. So look at that. Kisili tried to get the basketball, and he was shrugged off, and he wasn't even there. Yeah, and he doesn't look like he's got that strength in him, but he does. But I expect that from him because he's a player who played for Neo Sasa Moranza a while back. He came from that academy of Neo Sasa, then went to play for Kibra in the CL, yeah, before now joining this team.
Dismas Baka is that man and a major contributor to the fact that Twende now have a 12-8 lead against Phenoms.
It's also interesting to see the elite coaches available for these two teams.
Exactly. That was head coach of Zetech University's ladies team, Coach Obi, sitting together with Coach Gaya Sadat of Twende. Baka almost got tangled up with his teammate. Looking at options. Drives in, decides to go all the way with it. It was a good take, but just couldn't finish it. And now the basket is good. A deep three from Siaji.
Well, the three-time CL champion, he's done it before, so he's probably one of those ones who is extremely experienced on this stage.
And the response on the other end of the floor.
And so
casually.
Easy. Oh, so easy.
Casually. You talk about players who don't break a sweat. Dismas Baka is unflappable. It is not easy to shake that man. As we see the missed attempt from Pongla and then right through the hands of Simon Rapudo.
Well, for me, I expected today that Dismas Baka is up to 7 points as well. Yeah, but I expected the Phenoms to at least start to that unit that did quite a job in that third quarter to claw them back from 16 points and hand them a 4-point lead in that third quarter yesterday. But they haven't started that way as well. Kiselu. Siaji. Kiselu for three.
And we got a whistle on the floor. Looks like it was a holding foul as Coach Cliff has quick words with Siaji. Siaji, probably the most experienced player on the Phenom squad, would you say?
Yes, when it comes to this league, he is the most experienced. Nobody is more experienced than him. Bramwell Muchini has just checked in.
Rapudo couldn't get that one to drop. Ding will bring the ball up. He's got Siaji on him. Tries to feed Mbaka. That's going to be a travel. He dribbled before he planted his feet.
Well, Silale, you know, when you talk about the SEAL League, most people underestimate it because you come here and you think that I'm a star, I can perform at this stage. What happens with this league is that the players that are involved, some of them don't know you. So they just come and play their basketball, hoping to get something at the end of the season. And that is why there are some big upsets this season, something that you do not expect. Yep.
Respect must be earned. Respect must be earned. CL is a very different league, and that's why when you see players shining in the different leagues in Kenya, that's how you know that person can really hoop.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. And so many of these players have proven that they can play at this stage. And you look around, Bramwell used to play for a team called X-Men. They used to play only 6 men, and they were called the X-Men, and they were the most entertaining team I've ever watched.
They were called the X-Men.
They were called the X-Men.
And there were 6 players.
6 players. You want to guess the others?
No.
Wambua was one of them, just played a game here earlier today. Wambua was one of them.
As we see DJ Olang knock down that 3. Twende trying to create some distance, but the quick response on the other end of the floor from Siaji. Again, the loser If Phenoms rather lose this game, it's the end of the road for them. So the pressure is definitely higher upon them for the victory. And we want to see that desire come to play.
Very true, and they really need to push it today because they have no other options. This is a final. You've seen one team lose a final today, they'll play for third place. Phenoms are in the exact same position as the Mentors were earlier today.
Pongla off the mark. Silu tries to chase down the boards. Olang throws it right into the hands of Rapudo. They got a new clock. Kisilu still off. And Salim Kisilu, known as a sharpshooter, has not been able to find that shooting hand in this matchup. It's a 2-point game. Just about a minute and 20 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I would have to echo that wording of the sharpshooter as Olang drops a tray from deep. Those trays are crucial. They've begun early.
Back to back for him. And he must have warmed up well before this game. Siaji now, the top of the key. Kicks it out to Rapudo. Not too much off the ball movement. Rapudo keeps the ball in his hand, decides to go straight at 4 defenders. It's too strong off the glass. And now Olang at the other end of the floor gets it to Ortega. Back to Olang. Olang corner 3 is good. He got 3 of them.
Again, and again, and again.
9 points for DJ Olang.
Well, and he's supposed to be the one who is scraping through. You know, he's that player who doesn't give you an inch.
And so Phenoms now starting to find themselves in a tough spot. Pongla had to throw up a desperation heave before the shot clock winds down, and that will do it for the first quarter. Twende with an 8-point lead on the back of 9 quick baskets from DJ Olang. He came into that court guns blazing, knocking him down back to back to back. And Twende now leading 24, Phenoms 16 points.
Well, the irony of that is that DJ Olang is specifically known for hustling and making sure that the offensive team doesn't get anything. And he's the one on the front foot right now.
It's like you said earlier, Clay, you cannot underestimate anyone in the CL. Put some respect on everybody's name because everyone has the ability to explode and go off.
And the orchestrator in chief, look at him, Garang Ding. And with a no-look pass from Ortega and a beautiful, beautiful 3-point shot from DJ Olang.
You love to see it. This first quarter has been exciting to watch, and
another no-look pass.
Another no-look pass. But really, it's Twende, I would say, who are comfortably in the driver's seat of this game.
Yeah, they are. They are. And the Phenoms really needed to come out of the blocks quickly, and they have not done that. So it's now creating a problem. They now are 8 points down. And today, I'm just having a feeling because Mchina yesterday was being manned by Fahim Juma. Today, you want to know who is on him? DJ Olang. He's the one on him because they know that DJ is not going to give him anything. Yeah, he might be bigger than DJ Olang, but DJ Olang believes that he can match anyone power for power. Yeah, and he's taking that advantage because if you look at the statistics, he says everything we need to see. So as you look at this statistics, you can see 3 points, particularly percentage of the free throws. It is just so big, and the rebounds as well. Sorry, the graphic has an issue. It is Twende. It's not Dementa. However, the statistics, I believe, are
about seeing Premier League. But Phenoms, they need to do what is working for them. play to their strengths, and I feel like they're not doing that right now.
I agree, and you can see the difference. Even when you see Toby playing, you'll see the difference between him and the other players on that floor, because he started victory in this league before. He knows what it entails to play in this league. He knows the benefits of winning this league. What is at stake? He's going to fight tooth and nail to try and get that victory, because he's experienced it before, because it's nothing like you have experienced before. Yeah? You come to a serial game and you think, I can win this basketball game. I have seen teams crack under pressure because the fans have decided, we are not going to allow you to win this basketball game. And they will be on top of you from the start to the finish. And there are few players you can look at and you've seen them not able to crack.
Salim Kisilu misses his first free throw attempt. Misses the second as well. Siaji with the offensive board, and another turnover.
Well, Phenoms are just all over the place. It's not working out. You know what is interesting? I'm not seeing a player by the name of Odeke. He played the regular season, and I'm wondering what has gone wrong.
For Phenoms.
Yeah, for Phenoms. I haven't seen him, and has been absolutely, he's a scraper. He doesn't give you an inch. I wonder what has happened. He's not playing in this basketball game.
Oof, Kisilu with a nasty rejection against Ortega. Ortega thought he had an open look at the rim. Kisilu punished him. Coming into this second quarter, and neither side has scored. So still an 8-point game as we have a timeout on the floor. I'm sure the coaches recognize that as well, and adjustments have to be made. It's been a slow start to the second quarter.
Yeah, it's true. It's very slow, and it's just, I think now they're sizing each other up now. The game now has settled down. The changes have been made, the substitutions probably. Now the game is slowing down a little bit. Yeah, and Twende can barely get a grip of it as we look at the statistics here and the rebounds for Twende. How are they out-rebounding them? I just don't get it. You cannot be out-rebounded by a team that is not as big as you in size. Yeah, and they're yet to put their big players on. Like Rodney Sada has yet to get on that floor. So it makes it a bit of a grim reading already. Yeah. However, they need to step it up a little bit. They really need to, and they need to cut off these 3-pointers.
Would you say the strength of Phenoms is in their front court or their back court?
Well, at the minute, I can't really tell, because if they were picking rebounds on the defensive front, then probably Twende will not be having so many opportunities to try and get a basket. Yeah, because Twende are utilizing the ball movement and the extra passes, and they're getting shots off very cleanly without any sort of defense. Phenoms, on the other hand, are trying to force their way to the basket, and they're giving it away. They're not scoring, giving an opportunity to the reigning champions.
Getting back into the action here, a substitution for Twende. Koja is back onto the floor. So is Powell Hargos. And Elisha Odhiambo. The star power that this Twende squad has, something to be respected. See the air ball there, trying to get a shot up before the shot clock expires. Toby Odhiambo now to bring the ball up for Phenoms. Toby Odhiambo drains the three and gives Phenoms a lease of life in this second quarter.
Odhiambo has really worked on his game. When you see him dropping trays like that, it's absolutely good to see.
And I don't know, I'm glad the players ignored that whistle. There's still plenty of time on the shot clock. Leisha Diambo, mid-range king off the mark on that attempt. Here comes Toby. He'll slow down that possession, gets it back. Kisilu swings across to Wekesa. Wekesa, an incredible threat from the three-point. This time takes it in. Big boards from Bramwell Mushina. And he's fouled on the way up.
Now that is their strength. They really need to utilize that strength of Bramwell Muchena. If they can utilize that size, they really have a big chance of winning this basketball game.
They also do so much better when they when they make the extra pass. When the ball movement is working like a well-oiled machine, they're finding the open man. They are getting the looks that they want. So that's something they have to work on as well.
Yeah, the extra pass is what is doing it for Twende. They can take that blueprint and bring it to Phenoms a little bit. It could be of great help, and it's done that for them now. It's just a 4-point game.
Alicia almost losing a handle on the ball. Olang, 4 feet from beyond the arc, no problem. Bang, bang. DJ Olang is smoking hot right now.
4 from 4 from DJ Olang. Where did he sleep last night?
What did he eat today? That is the question. Phenoms under pressure, trying to figure it out. Asking themselves, what witchcraft is this? 40% from beyond the arc for Twende. 6 for 9. 4 of those 6 makes have come from none other than DJ Olang. He is a problem.
Incredible, incredible. They've attempted 9, they've scored 6, and Olang has scored 4. And maybe coming into this matchup, Phenoms didn't view him much of a threat because they know him to be defensive. But he's showing his class. We know DJ can score. He can score. He can play offensive. He can do all those things. However, he doesn't like to do them. Most of the time, he's doing the dirty work, the work that most of his teammates don't want to do. Like right now, he's picking up Muchina, for example.
Tough take from Powell Hargos. His teammate bails him out. Rodney Sunday, we talked about him earlier. It's good to see him on the floor. Toby kick out to Wekesa. Wekesa fires, finds the bottom of the net, and keeps Phenoms within reach. 10-point game here. Seems both sides have now come to life after the start of a very slow second quarter.
Well, Wekesa, the man from Kimilili.
Almost loses it. Gets it back. Toby comes up short. Hargos to bring the ball up. Thought about the pass into Rodney Sunday, missed it. And come up empty in that possession. So it's going to be Phenoms' ball, as what was starting to look like a blowout has now been cut down to a 7-point lead for Twende.
Yeah, it means that even Wekesa has a part to play.
We talked about ball movement, swinging the ball, great things happen. And that great thing has come at the hand of Salim Kisilu.
Well, you called it. You called it, said they need to move the ball better, and anytime they've moved the ball better, they've scored, they've got a basket. It's quite interesting because anytime they've moved the ball, 1, 2, 3 passes, you already called it. You said they need to do that over and over again. Once they do that, it would be very helpful for them. And that's exactly what's happened, hasn't it? The last couple of possessions, they've got a basket out of it once they've moved the ball. But anytime they've gone one-on-one plays, and I feel like I'm the one here to help the team win the basketball game today, it doesn't come out, it doesn't look good on Phenoms, does it?
Well, now it's a 4-point game. You can see Ding back onto the floor. Twende feeling the pressure, and a shot and a basket is good for number 5, Mareba Deng. He was a problem for Twende in game 1. He's been a bit quiet in game 2 as he gets his first field goal.
Twende are also in foul trouble. They are picking up so many fouls. That size problem is now causing quite a number of issues for Twende.
Alier. They're going to call the foul on Wekesa, who's having words with the referee. But Alier, I feel he had the ball in his hand a bit too long. As a point guard, you don't want the ball in your hand too long. Get the ball across the floor, and look at where your next pass is going to. Unless your defense is sagging off of you, then if you have the shot, you can take it.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player, but that has always been his downside in terms of releasing the ball early. He believes in his skills, but sometimes he just holds on to it a little bit too long.
Alier loses the handle that time. It's a turnover. Kisilu brings it up. Phenoms swinging the ball. Great spin move. Wekesa loses it. Dismas Mbaka, the engine for Twende in this game, is back on the floor. And he gets the ball back in his hands. Quick swing to the corner. 3, yes! Fahim Juma hits from deep.
Well, as soon as you see Fahim wide open like that, you expect him to nail it. And he does.
And he does.
All over and over again. If you allow him to play like that, it's going to be a problem for him.
That's a great drive and dish to find Mareba Deng on the cut. And Phenoms have come alive in this second quarter as we get past the halfway mark. Deng has got Baluma on him, playing some sticky defense. Alier fires. Alier, too strong. Olang loses the ball. Wekesa now behind the back, kicks it out for the shot. Here we go. Kisilu comes up short. It's going to be a travel call on Fahim Juma.
Kisilu today has just not been on form, but he's usually a very good shooter of the basketball. Now that's the big difference today. You can see Olang enjoying himself on the other end for Twende, and Kisilu is having a tough day so far.
What is your theory on, as a shooter, if you're having an off day? Should you keep on shooting or should you try and do something different?
Well,
acrobatic finish for Martin Baluma. That's his first field goal for this game here in the second quarter. Alier now kicks it out for the shot. Mbaka off that time. Koja, offensive rebound. Wide open. Fahim Juma is going to make you pay every single time.
You cannot let him be free like that. He's a very good shooter of the basketball. How are they letting him just play?
Baluma can't shake off his defender. Ball is poked away by Alier, and that's going to be a foul call on Phenoms. It's going to be their second team foul.
I think I'm starting to have that feeling like yesterday where the Mambas kept shooting and kept enjoying themselves. And at the end of the basketball game, the Mentas couldn't get back in it. They really need to lock them down.
Well, you heard it here. Lay says it's time to lock them down as Twende now back to a 5-point lead here. Team in black turning up the heat defensively. Big rebound from Martin Baluma. Second opportunity to score here for the team in white. Kisilu from downtown, not been able to find that shooter's touch.
Well, you asked me if you should keep shooting. I think you should now start passing the ball for your teammates. See someone else get an opportunity, because everyone knows you're dangerous from that area. They're going to come and then lay it off, like something like that.
And up and under move from Wekesa. Wekesa now Too strong off the glass. Misses both attempts, and those are the attempts that Phenoms cannot afford to miss if they want to take the lead away from Twende. The easy baskets,
Yeah,
you got to make those.
Yeah, right now, we are talking about who makes it the final again. We are talking about who's going to make it the final. No, it's not about who's going to make the final. Forget about the final at this moment. Vitumoko with a layup.
Nice soft touch from him. Back to a three-point game here. Ding. Kicks it out. Baka from the wing. Hits the front of the iron. And Vitumbiko now on transition. Nice transition play to find Jerry Wakesa for the finish. And he has a chance to make it a three-point play and even the score with Twende.
Well, Wakesa, we need to score this one to level the tie.
And he's off the mark, but it seems to me that this unit has been working very well for Phenoms. Siaji has been leading all players in scoring at 10 points. As you see, Dismas Mbaka on the attempt. Now the long pass to Wakesa. Wakesa has Juma on him. No problem. Shakes him off, kiss off the glass. And now Phenoms have the lead that they've been looking for in this game. But this unit for the team in white has been performing very well for them on the defensive and offensive end.
Yeah, it's true.
Despite not having their top scorers on the floor like Simon Rapudo and Davis Siaji, they managed to cut down the lead.
Hot. That is the word. Hot. They are not giving them anything. Yeah, they've attempted a couple. They've missed a couple. So, yes, we've missed a couple. But we are going to go and play defense. We're not just going to allow it. However, while we look at that fact, we also look at the players on the floor for Twende. There's been some changes from the lineup that started. So it's also giving them some breathing space. However, the three-point line is starting to look like they need to lock it down, because if they don't do that, Twende are going to start to open it up quite a bit. Alier won the championship with Farm Kenya. Quite a brilliant player. They did knock out Swat Nation in the semi-final. It was quite interesting to see people struggling and complaining.
Third opportunity to score. They're going to call a travel. They are going to call a travel.
And Sadat guy is livid on that touch.
Sadat does not like it at all, as we have a timeout on the floor. Game tied. And 53 seconds left on the game clock of this first half. Phenoms 38, Twende 38 points.
That's exactly what we anticipated, didn't we? Because I've seen this game several times, and they just never separate each other.
So take a look at that replay right there. Fahim Juma making the extra pass. Koja, acrobatic attempt, but they call the travel violation on him. And Coach Gaia absolutely not pleased with that call, as Coach Cliff calls the timeout. I'm sure he's very happy at how his boys have been able to get back into this game.
Well, this is the moment for me. Like this, yesterday it was the same way. Then the players who returned to the floor were not the ones who left the floor. So the momentum shifted towards the Twende team. Today they need to keep that momentum as much as possible, because once you start changing, tweeting here and there, bringing in another player, and the momentum is with them, you've already said the unit that is on is doing the job.
We'll take a look at some of the statistics here. Pretty evenly matched across the board. Twende having a higher free throw percentage, but are they getting to the charity stripe as much as they could? That is the question.
Well, they're trying to get there, but it's not happening. It's not happening. They're not going to the line quite a number of times, so the percentage sometimes cannot tell the true story.
Buluma thought about it, went for it. Big boards from Vitumbiko. Kicks it out for Kisilu. Kisilu still can't find that shot.
Well, they need to be careful with him because I witnessed one of those plays of the season, and just remembering one of them, the ball came to him, he flipped it over, then picked it up on the other end. It flipped off the defender while it was being passed, and he just dropped a tray almost just beyond the halfway line. So he has it in.
And it'll be interesting to see who had the last touch there. It looks like it was Twende who had the last touch. So ball possession stays with Phenoms. Muturi to inbound.
Muturi transferred from the Buruburu Crusaders mid-season to join the phenomenal Phenoms. Yeah, he came in and he's been trying to find his footing in this star-studded lineup.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Buluma has Ding, his second for this game. And then Alier. And you can hear the fans starting to count down. Vitumbiko, he's locked up by Dismas Baka, has to shoot. Misses the rim. And this first half will end in a tie as the tension increases. The pressure begins to increase for both sides. But listen, we got another half on the way. Phenoms and Twende, they'll head to the locker room and figure out what they need to do differently. But once again, as you said rightfully so earlier, Clay, it is a very evenly matched game. And at the end of the day, it might just come down to heart and execution.
Yeah, it's true. And the execution is what is crucial for a basketball game like this one, because we've seen Twende take a lead that looked like they were running away with it. And then Phenoms, a new unit comes in, they perform at a higher level than the players on the floor for Twende, and they recover to take the lead, and then we are still where we were before the basketball game started. It's almost like we are just still at nil-nil. It is good to see such a pace, and it's exactly what I anticipated to see today.
Well, taking a look at the statistics, as we said, very evenly matched game. 20 rebounds for Phenoms, 21 for Twende. Again, just a 1 point differential between Phenoms and Twende when it comes to the steals. And even the field goal percentage is not too far off. Phenoms being a little bit more efficient. But Twende, not a team to sleep on. They have been shooting better from beyond the arc, and I imagine they'll want to improve on that coming into this second half.
I agree with you, and the field goal percentage is not even that big of a difference. This game is evenly matched, and the units that they're coming onto the floor, the changes, they're impacting the game in one way or another. And it's good to see, because these are our last season finalists. They are the last season finalists, you know, they're last season finalists. So now you expect this from them. Now, one of them is not going to make to that final this year. And that makes it interesting, because one was a top seed last year, the other was a fourth seed last year. This one, it's been reversed. And yes, they both made the finals, but here we are.
Here we are. Well, we got more game action coming for you in just a moment. Enjoy these highlights. We will be right back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, we're about to enter the second half of the second semifinal matchup this evening between phenomenal Phenoms, and Twende. Earlier on, we saw Dementor take on Click Mambas, and Click Mambas made quick work of Dementor to book their tickets to the final, and they will know who they'll play against after this second half. 38 points apiece for Phenoms and Twende. Twende being led by DJ Olang, who is 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. He has 12 points on him, and he is led and supported by Dismas Baka at 10 points. Twende took the lead and then lost it in the second quarter. Coming into the second half, what do they need to do differently?
Well, first of all, I think they need to start slowing down the transition offense of the Phenoms, because Wekesa has been outstanding for Phenoms, particularly on the transitions. And once he's transitioning like that, it's just space for the rest of his teammates to come into play and get a basket. And for Phenoms now, they just need to keep doing what they've been doing, particularly in the second quarter.
Davis Siaji of the Phenomenal Phenoms has been deep in his bag. 10 points for him, and he is getting the support of Wekesa at 7 points. But really, it's a team effort for Phenomenal Phenoms, who everyone has been able to get a point in the squad, except for Ernest Muturi.
Yeah, Ernest Muturi, the player I just told you that used to play for Buruburu Crusaders, just transferred mid-season during the transfer window. Left Buruburu Crusaders to join the Phenoms. He's still trying to find his footing and finding a place in the team. Strong
take from Tobias Odhiambo to get Phenoms the first bucket of this second half. And you get the sense that Phenoms are playing with a bit more energy to kick off this second half as opposed to how they started the first half. Odhiambo again, up and under, gets it to drop.
Well, second time on Sunday. Yeah, it's rare that you see that happening twice in less than a minute.
Dismas Mbaka kicks it out to Juma. Juma, we've seen what he can do beyond the arc. That time he's off. Simon Rapudo in and out, shakes off the defender. And now the kick out for the attempt from Muturi. Muturi off, Spencer Morel on. Phenoms to take the lead here in the second half. Ding at the top of the key. See, he wants the screen. He gets it, has the space to fire. A bit too strong on that attempt. Simon Rapudo has got defenders all over him, decides to go for the shot, and it's going to go out of bounds.
I just want to say that was good pressure on Ding, because if you allow him to just take a shot without uncontested, he's going to punish you for it.
So Phenoms now here with a 6-point lead.
Well, and Olang is right back on the floor to deal with the problem that is starting to be created.
Let's see if his hot hand will carry on into the second half as Mbaka brings the ball up. Shavanga from downtown tries to chase down his own rebound, goes out of bounds.
Well, I've seen Larry play for quite a long time. When he has a hot hand, it's really hot. When he's not falling, it just doesn't get to, it just doesn't go.
Koja trying to shake off Rapudo, manages to draw the foul. So Phenoms pick up their first team foul. Shavanga to inbound. Along, he's got Spencer Morel all over him. Spencer does a good job of preventing the shooting attempt, and Phenoms have definitely turned up the heat a notch defensively.
Well, that pressure is crucial, because if you allow them to play the way they want to play in their comfort zone, move the ball around, without any sort of pressure, you are inviting pressure onto yourself. And 90% of the time, they will get a basket out of it. And they're doing a good job of cutting out the second passes, the movement, all that. They're doing everything right. They need to keep at it.
It's going to be Twende ball with 3 to shoot. As we have a bit of stoppage time, Shavanga will be the man to inbound. And you can hear the whistle there as we now get back to the action. Shavanga tries to get it into Koja. Koja had a chance to oop it. And just in time, the pass right, so it's going to be white ball. Odhiambo feeds in. That's a great steal from Dismas Mbaka. We talked about his strength earlier.
He's very strong, and he doesn't look it sometimes. You assume that he's not as strong, but he is. He is extremely strong.
Odhiambo sends Koja to the floor, almost loses it, maintains the possession. Spencer Morel is fouled on the way up by DJ Olang. And looks like he's gonna shoot too. You know, I didn't even realize Spencer shaved his beard. He's looking like a young man right now.
Well, he's a
very
man.
Fresh-faced.
It's just the beard that sometimes it makes him look like he's an older guy.
So Morel misses the first free throw, and he's generally a very high percentage shooter from the free throw line.
Right.
Let's see if he gets this one to go. Misses on that one as well.
Well, they need to start converting those because those are going to be crucial. They are going to be crucial at some stage.
Oh my goodness, Spencer Morel through traffic for the lay-in. Phenoms, everything is working in their favor in this second half. Dismas Mbaka got 3 white jerseys on him. Morel picks up a foul. And yes, Mbaka will head to the line to shoot 2. But what an attempt from Spencer Morel.
Yeah, he had to make up for those free throws that he missed, and he just went through them. Nobody could stop him because
no one could stop him.
Yeah, he's too big, and his size on that defense, who's gonna go there and try and stop him? You attempt to do that, you probably get dunked.
This third quarter is flying by as we see Mbaka miss both free throw attempts. Phenoms maintaining this 8-point lead. Morel thought about it, goes for it, misses.
If he nails that one.
It wasn't the greatest decision from him.
Yeah.
Olang misses. Koja with the putback. Toby now gets it right into the hands of Bramwell Mushina. Phenoms are in their offensive rhythm.
Yes, they are. And when you see their big men performing at that level, they become difficult to stop. They are now performing at the level required. And Ding is being double-teamed. You can see that.
Olang misses his first 3-point attempt of the game. And we got a whistle on the floor. It looks like it was before the attempt.
Silali, I don't think... are you seeing what I'm saying? Because Phenoms have made a cautious decision to decide that they are going to go 2 people on Ding. So long as Ding does not have the basketball, let the rest have it. But Ding cannot be on the basketball. And you see, he gets on the ball and he's on the line for a free throw. And he scores the first one.
Well, they've managed to hold Ding to just 4 points in this game so far. Keeping in mind he had 18 at the end of game 1. So it's a great defensive adjustment that they've made on how they're playing against Garang Ding. But to your point, they got to stop him.
Here's how you stop Twende. It is the key. It's absolutely crucial that you don't let Ging play.
Shavanga tries to steal it. Raputo keeps a handle on it. Morel now, the bottom of the cup, gets it to drop. Spencer Morel doing the business for the phenomenal Phenoms in the last couple of minutes of play here.
And even if he doesn't get it to drop, Mushina was right there to try and get it back in.
Ding now, kick out to Shavanga. Shavanga had a great look, misses everything. Spencer Morel, long pass, loses it. Not the best decision from him. No reason to rush it. Ding now, loses the ball. Raputo, they've got the numbers, 2-on-1, goes all the way with it. And a timeout has to be called.
They really need one. They need one, and very fast, because Twende are now trailing by more than 11 points, and it's a shock for them. They know that this is not going the way they anticipated.
It really isn't.
They've decided, and that tactical adjustment, it's the one thing that they've made that is making them open up. The first thing is they're playing with two big men. Those two big men are the ones who are scoring most of their points. That is Spencer Morel and Bramwell Muchina. The second adjustment, they've decided Ding is not going to play one-on-one basketball. He has to play through two players to get to the basket. And those two changes, they're giving them the advantage so far.
Taking a look at this replay. Once again, Spencer Morel slicing and dicing. Straight to the cup. Twende, gotta do a better job of slowing down the big fellas. As Clay has rightfully said, Bramwell Mushina, Spencer Morel have really come to life in this second half. And Twende Sports have to make the necessary adjustments as we see the up and under from Mushina in that play.
Well, it's good to see Mushina back on the floor after that horrendous injury that he suffered.
It was an ankle injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't, and it was just alone. He just started down. We knew at that moment that a big player was going to be missed.
So interesting scenes here in the third quarter as the Phenoms now take a 11-point lead. We've got under 5 minutes to go in the third. Mushina decides to take Elisha Odhiambo mano y mano. And look at that. Big boy move. Makes him pay.
And he's always calm. You can never know. He doesn't really try to cheer up. He just goes about his business calmly. But that's what you expect from a Kenyan international, don't you?
Yes, that's what you expect. We'd expect nothing less. And the free throw shooting woes continue for both teams. They've really not been able to connect on their free throws in this quarter.
Yeah, but I also, I've noticed something. This game, Phenoms are not playing anything other than chaotic. They are making it so chaotic, Twende are struggling to get into their game.
They're not giving Twende time to think and settle into their offense. Very strategic. And you see a hustle for the boards. Bramwell Mushina trying to get his own rebound. They're going to call a jump ball. Now it's going to be a foul as Phenoms pick up another team foul. The Twende possession on the side.
Well, incredible, incredible. They are really, really making it scrappy. And the moment I've seen Twende lose basketball games in this league. And most of those games that they lose, it's because it turns chaotic. Probably there's only one team I've seen them beaten by, beat Twende in a game of basketball where they've played their own style. And that is Vikapu. That is the only team I've seen beat Twende playing the way Twende plays. The others, they make it scrappy, they make it difficult, they cannot get into their rhythm.
Baluma gets it back. Had a wide open look at the paint, decided to go in. Tough move from Mareba Deng. As you can see, a conversation is had between Deng and Siaji. I am saying that I love to see is the camaraderie and teamwork within the phenomenal Phenoms. You've seen several times Siaji having a conversation with Deng, or you see him having it with Vitumbiko.
Yeah.
You know, there are many opportunities for them to have been frustrated, but they've managed to keep their cool and have civil conversations with each other, as opposed to, you know, finger pointing and the blame game, which always tears a team apart.
Yeah, and once that starts, then you are on your way to a loss.
To a loss.
Yeah, that's the way it works. You cannot, it's a team of 5 players who are on the floor. Look at that. The pressure on the basketball. Pressure all over.
Alicia off the mark. It's a
The
battle
size.
for the boards. And right now, Phenoms definitely controlling the boards. Kick out to Buluma. Buluma trying to split the defense. He loses it. Manages to chase it down. Ding now at the top of the key. Olang, he's been quiet this half. 12 points in the first. Missed his only field goal attempt in this second half.
Bonus, I think. It's a 15-point game. It's a fast-paced game as well. Well, this is quite interesting. And Michina will go off in favor of Kisilu for this one. I think that unit has played very well. They have fought hard. They have made it difficult for Twende to settle into their rhythm in this quarter, and it's given them dividends. Siaji automatically assumed it was one shot.
Again, the players on both teams really struggling with their free throws. Ding, usually a very high percentage free throw shooter, was 0 for 2 in his last attempt. This time he gets 1 to go, as we have just about 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
Well, Ding has gone off. You anticipate that he'll be back on that floor soon.
Mutumbiko at the wing. Gives it off to Kisilu. Hand off to Buluma. Buluma now with 6 to shoot. Hands it off to Kisilu. Kisilu was looking for the pass and it went right into the hands of Alier. Alier fires. No good. Siaji will bring the ball up. He's got Olang on him. He talks about Olang doing the dirty work, putting some great defensive pressure. And he is rewarded for his efforts. A travel call on Siaji.
The pressure that Olang put on him, he just doesn't give you doesn't give you space. He is that good.
Alier straight to the cup. He's got a foul on the floor.
But it's on bonus, so they'll go to the line for 2. Well, Ariel has done quite a bit in this league, and seeing him play for Twende, it's quite a joy. He's a young man who started playing basketball when he was very young. Used to spend the whole day at Diwapa Catholic Church court, the whole day playing basketball, just trying to dribble his way through. And to see him rewarded for those efforts, it's nice to see.
Hard work pays. Hard work pays. Twende managed to chip away and make this a 12-point game. Pongla kicks out to Kisilu. Kisilu spin move all the way. He gets it back. Last touch. Kisilu, so it's going to be Twende ball. Gaia visibly frustrated with his boys. But like you said, Twende do not thrive well in chaos.
They really don't like chaos. If you play other basketball, they really thrive in it. But if you are chaotic, oh, they step through but doesn't fall. If you play chaotic basketball, they just don't like it. I've seen it several times before.
Great help side defense, but better offense gets Twende the bucket from Powell Hargos.
Yeah, the man who used to play for Huruma Dragons joined Twende this season. He used to carry that team, Huruma Dragons.
Martin Buluma hands it off. Great attempt and the finish from Mareba Dang. Still a 12-point lead here.
Yep.
And we got just under 20 seconds of basketball left in this quarter. Alicia Odhiambo unsuccessful. He has struggled with his shooting in this game. Pongla, extra pass. Kisilu kicks it to Siaji. Siaji fires. Siaji comes up short. And that will take us to the bottom of the third quarter. Phenoms started out this game tied 38. Started out this half rather tied 38 apiece. Scored 20 points in this quarter and have managed to maintain a decent lead.
Yes, they have, and I think it comes down now to discipline that they have shown in this quarter. And what you've been saying since the game started, there was a point when you were insisting they need to pass the ball more, and they've done that in this quarter, and the rewards are there to be seen. You cannot fault anything that they've done in this quarter. But now the biggest quarter of their season is the fourth quarter. And I expect them, if they can keep at it, the statistics have improved dramatically. You can look at that and you'll see it. Look at the rebounds. They are now on top. There was a time they weren't on top. Twende were leading the rebound statistics. Now they are up 37 to 35. It's a remarkable improvement. Look at the three-point percentages, 19 to 25. But what has improved more is the field goals.
True.
The other quarters, it was Twende who were leading. As we look at some of these wonderful plays from the phenomenal Phenoms.
Phenoms started out with the right attitude, with the right heart, and they're executing. They're making it very difficult for Twende to get into their sets, to settle into their offense. And then on the other end of the floor, they're making the extra pass and sharing the ball. And that is what has really worked well for them in this third quarter, which is the reason why they've been able to get these 20 points and hold Twende to a much lower scoring average than what they're used to. But like you said, this fourth quarter is the one that will determine it all. And we are keen to see how Twende come out the blocks. Alier, drive, try to kick it, gets it back. He is all over the place. Hargos can't connect.
Well, Argos was magnificent in that game when they played from Kenya, dropped several trays from beyond the arc.
And now transition basketball coming to play for Twende. Alicia Odhiambo with the finish. 10-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Rapudo and Tobias Odhiambo back onto the floor. Kisilu, way off. The long pass. Oh, we said it. You don't want to leave that man open.
He's on fire.
4 for 5. My goodness.
He's been incredibly...
Actually, 5 for 6.
Yeah, 5 for 6.
That's his 15th point, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. And he's played very, very well. And the reason why they're leaving him free is because people assume that he can't shoot the basketball, he can't score. He can. He just likes to play more defense.
Put some respect on his name. Do not leave Olang open beyond the arc. Certainly not in this game.
Yeah, and he's dragging his team back in it. When a game you came to stop one of the best players in the league, one of the best defensive players in the league is doing the job on the offensive front.
And credit to Alier as well, being able to recognize that his teammate who's had a hot hand this game is wide open at the three-point line. He gave that long distance pass, and they've managed to cut the lead to single digits.
Yeah,
7-point game.
Like that. And just like that, it was 12 points, and now it's only 7. Now it's crucial for Phenoms not to panic.
Tobias Odhiambo, that's his go-to move, driving and kicking, but it's not worked for them. It absolutely has not worked for them, and we got another steal. And another opportunity for Twende to score. DJ! Oh, he looked like he stepped on the line. And indeed he did, so it's gonna be white ball. Siaji will get us started.
DJ has to be man of the match for me, for Twende. There's no doubt about it.
And that was not the right pass. Elisha Odhiambo with the steal. And these are costly mistakes for Phenoms. And just when they thought they could get comfortable, Fahim Juma reminds us all why you should never leave him open beyond the three-point line.
Swift response. And now Phenoms are panicking. You can see the way they're playing their basketball now.
Back-to-back misses for Mareba Dieng. And Phenoms have come up empty on the last several possessions.
Yes, they have. And the scoreline, it doesn't look like what it looked like 2 minutes ago. And when we entered this quarter, they did have a very big advantage. They could have just calmed the game down a little bit. They've not done that. They've been in a rush. They've made bad decisions and very costly turnovers.
Mushina tries to go all the way with it. Got a foul. He was hacked. So the ball will be inbounded from the side.
Fahim Juma is up to 9 points as well.
Siaji gets it into Tobias. Tobias didn't have the right angle to complete the play. It's still going to be Phenoms ball. Got a new shot clock. Simon Rapudo has been quiet in this quarter. And now the tough take from Deng.
Yes, it's crucial that he made that one because it was starting to look close gap. The gap was closing very quickly on them and they were not scoring anything.
Aliar felt good about the shot. Misses. Alicia tried to chase it down, but it's going to be white ball.
You see, when a player now takes a shot like that and the momentum is on your side, the effect that he has on his teammates, it's not what you expect. He should have just moved the basketball. There's still enough time on the shot clock for them to play.
Tobias Odhiambo trying to turn the corner. Looks like got a foul from Fahim Juma. So they'll inbound from the sideline. Pressure steadily increasing for Twende to cut down this lead. Mushina got at the top of the key. Hand off to Odhiambo. Odhiambo back to Mushina. Mushina fires it into Deng. Deng rejected by Olang. He is the man of this game and an incredible two-way player. As we see Twende lose the ball on the other end. Tobias pocket picked by Alier, and then it goes out of bounds.
He really loves doing that. That is what he loves the most. I was talking to him, and I even mentioned this yesterday, that Olang loves to play defense more than he loves scoring. When he blocks someone, he cheers it on as if it is.
Oh, I'm going to call a foul on Siaji. And maybe a necessary foul. Garang Ding definitely would have made that one count.
I had to pick it.
But Twende doing a good job of making defensive plays, important defensive plays that allow them to score on the other end, and that's how they've been able to chip away at this lead.
Yeah, the transition basketball, and it's causing problems now for Phenoms. And they need to slow it down a little bit. When they lose the basketball, they can stop it right there rather than try to fall back on defense, because the ball moves quicker, and Twende are very good at moving the basketball.
Ding back to his scoring ways from the charity stripe. Toby tries to go all the way with it. Off target. Here comes Alier. Alier, cross-court pass. Tough, tough play. And no foul called as Siaji goes to the ground. Alier wide open from three. The bank is open. Alier. Money ball. From beyond the arc, it's a one-point game.
It's careless from Siaji. I thought he just got too comfortable, assumed that he's got it.
Mushina. Black jerseys all around him, no problem. High arcing baby hook.
Well, it's just sending shivers through me. I cannot wait to see how this one ends. Well, what happened there with Siaji?
I don't know.
No foul, nothing. It just felt like maybe they took the basketball. He got comfortable. A game like this, you cannot be comfortable that you've seen off everyone else.
Well, the coach didn't like it, and sending him to the bench and checking into the game now is Jerry Wakesa.
Yeah, one of those players who's very good at finishing the game. If he has an opportunity to play very well in these last few minutes, Phenoms have a chance. Otherwise, the lead has been cut, but they're still chipping away at it. Twende. This is going to be a nail-biting finish. I cannot wait to see how this one unfolds.
Alier, pocket picks by Simon Raputo. They've got the numbers. Raputo decides to go all the way with it. Almost loses it. And now Bramwell loses it. Raputo gets it back. Kick out, dang! Comes up empty. And what a battle this has been for both sides.
Well, Ding appealing. However, it is their ball though. Well, it's a hustle, isn't it? It's the hustle that is really making this basketball game. Nobody's giving anyone an inch.
And you can see Phenoms cranking up the defensive pressure. They're going to put some ball pressure on Alier from the top. And look at the rejection from Jerry Wakesa. Toby Odhiambo now puts the Jets on, tries to go all the way to it, kicks it out to Wakesa. Wakesa fires and misses. Phenoms doing the right things, but not executing in a way that they can reward themselves with a bucket. As we take a look at that replay right there, Wakesa pokes the ball right out of the hands of Alier.
As he goes flying all the way to the cushions on the other end of Nyayo Stadium.
We've got a timeout on the floor. 4 minutes and 46 seconds to go in this game. Phenoms had a strong double-digit lead. Twende have managed to cut it down to 3 points.
Well, as we look at the statistics, the free throw percentages, it's the one thing that it stands out for me. However, most of it is just evenly matched. Look at the rebound situation, 42-42. The assist situation. The one thing that you've insisted throughout this game is that the Phenoms need to pass the basketball. They are doing it now because now they're up to 11 assists At one point, it was only 2. They weren't doing that. They were not assisting each other. It's absolutely good to see. And the blocks. Twende still led the way by 2-5. They're still much. We've just seen a turnover one end, another turnover one end. So it's good to watch. Nobody is giving anyone anything in this basketball game.
Nothing easy. As we see the play that we had talked about earlier, Siagi goes tumbling to the ground. Alier banks it in. And he knew how important it was for him to make that shot.
Yeah,
but we're seeing small lapses on Phenoms' side and Twende capitalizing on them.
Very true. And you can look at that. Even Siagi himself knew that it wasn't a foul, because he doesn't appeal. He just gets up and tries to get on the basketball. He tumbled down, didn't he? He got comfortable.
Back to the action. Fahim Juma, automatic. Juma cuts down the lead, evens out the score, 62 points apiece. We got a game here, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to move away from your seats. This one could go down to the wire as Twende, another steal, and then Phenoms forced to foul. Hargos saw that fast break coming, and he was going to make sure that Twende get the lead.
Unsportsmanlike foul. Oh, and that is not the one person you do not want on that line at this time of a basketball game. You can foul anyone else, don't foul him. Don't foul him.
You said it. He's one of the best free throw shooters in the country. And he struggled a little bit in the beginning of the game, but he made the right adjustments, and now he is knocking down these free throws. As we look at the free throw percentage for Twende, shooting at 60%. Earlier on, they were shooting at 32%. And you can see that they have adjusted appropriately, and Ding is making them count.
Look at Phenoms' percentages as well. They are just not at par to what Twende are producing. 25% from the free throw line. 3 out of 9. It's not doing them justice at all. And right now, they are making bad mistakes the wrong time. Right now, the one person you don't want on that line with that much pressure is Ding. Let anyone else go to that line. They'll buckle under that pressure. But him, he thrives in that pressure.
Ball stolen away from Bramwell Mushina as Fahim picks up foul. And I think it's interesting that we've not seen Spencer Morel in this game yet. I thought that he was definitely one of the game changers in the third quarter.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was informing you about. Yesterday it happened the same way. The game changer. Ooh, what a lovely play from Wekesa.
The spin move and the finger roll finish. On the other end, look at the play from Powell Hargos. He took advantage of his defender falling asleep for just that millisecond.
You can't take your eye off this. Bat an eyelash and you miss something.
And then now the defensive play from Garang Ding. Smacks the ball right out of the hands of Simon Rapudo. The ball will stay on this end of the floor. Wekesa to inbound. Long pass, stolen away. Twende, they got the numbers. Fahim Juma, beautiful finger roll finish. And Twende, momentum is definitely back on their side as they take a 4-point lead here. Wekesa called for the travel violation.
Well, the gripping finale that we were hoping for is starting to not look very rosy for the phenomenal Phenoms.
A reminder to our viewers that if the phenomenal Phenoms lose this game, they are out of the postseason race to the finals. It's the best of 3 series. Twende won game 1. And right now, they are doing their best to not force a game 3 and, you know, use the time to rest and prepare for the finals.
I think it's the experience for me now. This is what I kept insisting upon. You look at that Twende team. Everyone of that Twende team has won this championship. The ones on the floor, at least. I can count. Fahim Juna has won the championship twice. Alier has won it twice. The caliber of the players on that floor right now for Twende, they know what is required for them to win this championship. They've done it back to back, and now they're looking to make it 3 times in a row. The experience to win this league is not the same as experience winning another league elsewhere. And that is what is setting them apart. Right now, they are just thriving on that momentum. The fans are on their side. They are using that momentum to put pressure on Phenoms. And you look at the other team as well. All of those players have played in this league, apart from Spencer Morrell. But the challenge for them now is, how do you maintain the momentum that you had earlier? They need to change it. They need to put pressure on the basketball. They're not doing that right now.
Fahim Juma trying to draw the foul. Arpudo.
Careless.
Alier misses. Morel Spencer, long pass, too long to Bramwell Mushina.
Careless again. They're being careless. They feel like it's a too big lead. It's only 4 points. It's a 2-point game. It's a two possession game. There's no need to be in a hurry. You still have time. You have a 24 shot clock. You need to use it. Try and get a basket out of it. Now Twende will be clever about it.
Well, you talked about championship experience as a ding. He's off. Olang makes the extra pass. Oh my goodness, he put everyone on a swivel, but no finish for Hargos.
The gym would have lit up if that one would have gone in.
Tobias picks up his dribble, now finds himself in an awkward position. Spencer Morel tries to force the dribble, and the ball is poked out of bounds. Last touch indeed was Twende, so that's a great call from the refs. And you know, I salute to the referees. I feel like they've called a very good, clean game.
Yeah, it's been a very good game for the referees. They've done a very good job today, and so far it's the reigning champions on top. They're looking to make it 3 on the trot for themselves.
Under 2 minutes to go here. Shot clock, rather game clock is at 1:57. Again, plenty of time, no need to rush. Very important for both teams to keep level heads.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be Siaji to get things started for Phenoms.
I think there was a debate about the shot clock and how much it was left.
Siaji gets it into Wakesa. Wakesa rejected. Now Olang.
Well, incredible, absolutely incredible. Bravo. It's a very good call.
And that's another possession handed back to Phenoms.
Who are not utilizing this
They're not
possession.
utilizing them. They're not maximizing the opportunities. When they share the ball, great things happen. See the ball deflected out of bounds by Fahim Juma, so possession will stay on this end. Siaji, kick out to Diambo. Diambo creates the space to get a better look at what his opponents are giving him and forces the attempt.
That's just wild. There's no need to do that. Absolutely no need to do that. Just move the basketball. It's just a 2-point The 4-point game, the two-position game. Get that one fast and then try to get another one. Now you give them an opportunity to play at 24 o'clock.
No look pass to Hargos. Hargos fouled hard by Spencer Morel. And he's a bit slow to get up, but we thank God for youth.
Yeah, the young man is a...
He's a tough cookie.
Yeah, he is. Being born, if you've been bred in Huruma, you know exactly what to expect from life. So he fights. He doesn't give up at all.
The pressure continues to increase as we're now have crossed the 1 minute mark. So we've got under a minute of ball here as Hargos gets his first free throw to drop, extends this to a 5-point game with the chance to make it 6.
Well, they've had so many possessions, Phenoms, and they've just not made them count. They've been careless.
So Wakesa to bring the ball up. Goes right at Hargos. He's a little bit banged up, but he'll be okay. Holding foul on Hargos. Siaji to inbound. Tobias way off. Got another whistle on the floor.
Bonus shots.
And that's another foul called on Hargos.
Yeah, he's picking them now. Sometimes I've seen the young man play basketball quite a number of times. Sometimes he gets carried away a little bit, and the beauty of youth is that you can be able to get up when you are
knocked down.
Yeah, but the downside of it is being rash. And when you need someone to score a basket, they are missing them. They cannot blame anyone for this defeat if it ends with them losing the basketball. They've just been careless the last 2 minutes. They've played very well all through, apart from the last 2 minutes, 39 seconds. Phenoms have not played anything that what we've seen in the last quarter.
Twende doing a good job of breaking that press. Ball gets now to the other side. Cross-court pass, trying to chew away at this shot clock. Olang, wide open. No. Gets it back. Second opportunity. No, this time he passes it. Hargos. Battle of the sevens, and he's fouled by Siaji. And the opportunity to force a game 3 slipping through the hands steadily of Phenoms. Hargos makes it a 5-point game. And if he makes this next free throw, it's going to be a three-possession game.
Yeah, and surely it's starting to feel like curtains for the Phenoms.
Long pass, Spencer Morel with the flush, but it's too little, too late.
It's too little, too late. But is it?
I would think so.
Is it?
It's 3-point game. Okay, 3-point game, 9 seconds.
If they miss this free
if they lock in, if Phenoms lock in, then there's a chance. But
if they score, if Twende score, now it becomes a little bit more difficult. But oh, they fouled the wrong person again.
They've absolutely fouled the wrong person. Ding is
made for this.
Is made for this. Free throw, freebies. He's knocking him down.
We knew.
Under pressure, he's knocking him down. Look at him saying, you know, he's chasing them off.
Just go to defense. There's no need for you to line up. This is over. And he's done this over and over again. And sometimes it just People underestimate how difficult it is to knock those free throws down under that kind of pressure.
It's a very underrated skill.
Yeah.
And that will do it as we hear the fans counting down. That is a wrap for Phenomenal Phenoms, who did their best and did a lot of the right things and a lot of the wrong things in the final minutes of this game. And unfortunately for them rather, Twende hung on to take the lead and to win it 72-67. What a performance from Twende.
Well, it's incredible, isn't it? It looked like Phenoms had cracked the code at one stage, and they took that 12-point lead, and we thought, wow, they've done their part, they've done their bit, and they are looking to get their victory. However, it just did not continue this in the much the same vein. Things started changing, and they became careless, particularly in the last 2 minutes of the basketball game. You cannot be careless like that, and it's only a two-possession game.
Well, we're looking at these final statistics from this Game 2 semifinal, and 20 steals for Twende. They really, dug deep defensively and held Phenoms to 64 points, I believe it was, for a very, very long time. Phenoms just weren't scoring. And that's a testament to their incredible defense. You see, the rebounding situation was very evenly matched up. But Twende were playing team ball. But I would be remiss to not recognize the incredible efforts and high efficiency of DJ Olang. And he finished the game with a team high of 15 points. But to be able to score like that and still get things done on the defensive end, truly impressive for me.
Very impressive, particularly the defensive part. And you could see him celebrate when he played defense correctly and he got the basketball. He was so enthusiastic about it. But look at the steals as well. That gap, that six steals extra is probably what has given Twende this victory. Because those turnovers, when we said they were becoming careless and careless and careless and careless, it's what has brought us to this point.
So congratulations to Twende with the victory, and they will go on to face none other than Click Mambas in the finals next weekend. You definitely don't want to miss that matchup. And not to mention, there is the third place game, and that will take place between Dementor, who will play against the Phenomenal Phenoms. As Clay mentioned earlier, money is up for grabs for all four teams in varying degrees. But listen, it's the action that you don't want to miss. It's been a very exciting time here from myself on the Okapi Sports Network team. Thank you so much for having us. Enjoy these highlights and have a lovely night.